Hello and welcome to Karine and Company. Today we're going to do a little bit of gua sha. I have a lot of oil on my face and I wanted to keep my hair off my face so I could really show you what I want to do. I've already placed oil on my face, so we have our gua sha tool. What I like to do is start like this and just lift and pull up through the corrugator muscles and the frontalis muscles, which go way back this way. And then you can go to the side. And I like you to do that at least 10 nice lifts. And we're going to use the Gua Sha tool. Gua is scraping, Sha is redness or petechiae. But on the facial, I really don't want you bringing a lot of Sha to the surface. So we'll work through our corrugator muscles and we'll just take it up into our scalp. Go 3 to 4 passes in each location. And take it out to the side. And then you'll do the other direction. I got my spoon from Pier 1, you can read that, but usually you can get them in a thrift store or you can order them online. I wouldn't pay more than $1 each, because if you accidentally drop it, it breaks really quickly. And just go 3 times. You can see the Sha coming. That's what we're trying to do. And I'm also just taking it a little bit below my eyebrow and lifting. I always like to pull my hand and make the skin taut or tight. And then I want you to still pull up, because we do want our eyebrows to go up. And then we're going to take it laterally to the temporal hairline. And it's okay if you work into that hairline, because there's a lot of points in traditional Chinese medicine that can be quite healing. So it looks like I've pulled more Sha here. So look, I'm going to want to go back and make sure that I've done enough energy movement up here. And then if you like, you can go back and forth. You can go every direction you like, especially if you have a lot of horizontal lines here. You're really going to want to work them. Oh, there's all my dogs. Okay, so now we're going to work the glabella. And sometimes they call them angry 11s or frown lines. I really don't like to use the term angry 11. So silly. But what you can do here is I'm just kind of pulling up, and you'll just get really close and you'll go up and down. You can go sideways. It's just important that you work every inch of your face that kind of bothers you. Me, I have darkness in there. I've had a blepharoplasty, but also I have a little bit of wrinkling here and here, and I'm not quite happy with that. So gently, I'm going to keep lifting this up, lifting and pulling, lifting and pulling. I'm being extremely gentle. You don't want to do anything that leaves like a dark petechiae or a bruising sensation. That wouldn't be healthy for you. And then with this part of your tool, I like to come up through here. If you have really bad allergies, this is a really good point to come up and work through this area. And then you can lightly sweep up, sweep up, sweep up. Notice if I go slow, I'm really below the orbital bone. I'm not poking my eyeball, but you have to be really careful. And then I'm just sweeping it through like that. Then we're going to come, do you notice the difference? So then we're going to come up through here, and 10, 15 times. It might hurt a little bit, but if you have terrible allergies, you could afford to do this. This pinkness is not going to last more than 30 minutes, so if you want to do it before you get in the shower, before you go to work, if you want to do it before you go to bed, that's great too. But just run it 10, 15, 20 times. The whole idea is to get the flow of lymphatic going. The whole idea is to plump, to tighten, to pull in a lot of fresh blood, which brings in new oxygen, which nourishes our muscles. That's what we're trying to do. I also just like to work my nose. because everywhere on our face we have meridians and points, and to me, it's important. It will help relax the whole body. And then your orbicularis oculi, orbis for our lips. Be gentle because you don't want to hurt your teeth, but you can go up and down. This is oculi, orbis. You can go up and down. You definitely have to have a little bit of oil on your face. If you have a serum, that's great. As long as it slides and glides the way you see it, it's good. If it doesn't slide and glide, then you really need a little bit of facial oil. It doesn't matter which one it is. Whatever you have, whatever you can afford is perfect. They make a lot of facial oils. You don't need to spend more than maybe $10 for it, and that should last you a very long time. Then, from LI11, which is here, up through here, this is our zygomatic bone here and our masseter muscles. And so these are all really important, and if you have any TMJ, all this is important. And what I would do, because it's really healthy, I'm going to go slow, to massage both sides of your ear, front to back, 30 times. Now I'm going to go slow. I'm like pushing, releasing, pushing, releasing, pushing, releasing, because I want to lift. I want to lift. I want to lift. So it's almost like you're doing your little peace signs. So you'll go 30 times, and now you'll come right here and you'll just sweep out and up. A lot of people say, oh, you have to be so delicate and so gentle with the face. I'm like, well, you can trust that's okay, but I've been doing this for probably 20 years, and you can tell my face isn't all saggy and droopy. If you don't want to use your 2 fingers, which I think are nice because you could do this in the shower as well. See how I'm taking it? I like to do it bilaterally because we have the same muscles on each side. All the same muscles, okay? If you want to use your spoon, sure, go ahead. Get really good at changing the spoon over and doing it on the opposite side. I like to do my eyes. I like to lift and pull, lift and pull, lift and pull, lift and pull, lift and pull. And I don't like to use my spoon there. I like to use my fingers. What it's going to do is bring a lot of chi and blood into this area, help keep your brows lifted. If you have lines here, what I want you to do gently, just go ahead and go one direction like 20 times. And then you can sweep out. You'll do the same here, 20 times. You can take it into the hairline. Notice I'm pulling, lightly pulling here. I always love my skin taut or tight. I don't want to just flop it around. I really want to control how my spoon is moving. And then again, you can just sweep out and up if you like. There's many ways to do it. I want you to figure out what's the most comfortable. I always feel putting my finger and thumb like this is the best because that gives me a lot of control. If you only do it like this, the spoon tends to do all this, so we've really got to keep it nice. A lot of people get a lot of lines here, so let's just work on them. Take it all the way into the lip area. I'll go slow. And then put your tongue there. Doesn't work as good for me. I just like going back and forth. But I'm trying to go slow to show you. As you get good with this and you've used it for months, you'll figure out your own way. Definitely go through the lips. Now I don't have lipstick on. I've tattooed my own lips. I've tattooed my eyeliner and my eyebrows. So that's why my makeup isn't coming off. Okay, now the masseter muscle comes up to this zygomatic ridge. So I always love to pull tight And come down under, but be gentle when you go down under. And just go to the center, and then you can sweep back. You can sweep back. You can go to the center. What I'm trying to do is just wake up my muscles, get any stagnation out of them, so my face is plump, tight, collagen pulls in. Then we're going to do the same thing here. You can feel that zygomatic arch. Kind of goes from your ear right through here. You can feel it. You can even see it. If you don't know, get online and look at the muscles of the face. See what their purpose is, what they can do to help. If you have any atrophy or imbalances, and this is the way the muscle goes, but then you want to cross friction fiber it. And again, see, I'm putting my hand here. I'm going to cross friction fiber. And then I'm going to come up under my jaw. And I'm going to go 10, 15 times this way. And then I'm going to take it back. I always trade hands. It's just easier to trade my hands out. But if it's hard for you, don't worry, don't do that, okay? Now we have to remember, we get a lot of facial lines here. So make sure you have enough oil, because if you don't have enough oil, it hurts like crazy. And there's no sense hurting yourself, because then you're going to have all this petechiae on your face. Okay, so I just barely have a little oil, and I'm just going to make sure that there's enough there. I want my spoon to just glide like silk. You can go down 10 times. So just just make sure you cover every inch of your neck, and then when you go to the center, be a little more gentle. And then I start out by my ears, and then I come into midline. Okay, and then I'll go back and I'll take it up. There is no right way, there is no wrong way. There's no need to make comments that it's not correct. You're not allowed to do it that way. In traditional Chinese medicine, we do it all different directions, and it makes no difference. If it doesn't work for you and it's something you're not comfortable with, then you simply just don't do it. But the goal is not to create so much drag that you're hurting. And then we all have these lines. It's really important that you do work these lines, because you can pull chi into those areas. If I were doing acupuncture, I would needle into all those horizontal lines and try to help reduce that. So if you're into cosmetic facial acupuncture, you can find someone that lives in your city and have them do it for you. Cosmetic facial acupuncture is quite amazing. So let's go ahead and work our chin. Go all directions, and again, pull. You can see I have a little bit here, so I really want to make sure, that's my stomach 4 point. I really want to make sure that I make sure collagen and elastin gets in there, because our faces make us feel good when we look good. And again, all different directions. Just gentle the first couple times until you become such a pro at it. You get happier and happier with it. If we have the lines in the face, just go from one to the other, maybe 10 times, and then, pull. There is no sacred place on your face. If you really want your brows to be lifted, if you have a lot of drooping or a lot of loose skin, make sure you see I'm pulling my forehead up. Just pull it up and gently go 3 times, move it over a millimeter, move it 3 times. Just take it up and really work it. Eventually, once you've done this in the mirror a few times, you could actually just sit and watch TV and enhance your face just as you're watching TV. It's really relaxing, it's really comfortable. If you have any type of allergies, make sure you really work a soon up into this hairline, midline, because this is a really good place to help with allergies. Again, just every day. If you don't want to do every day, then do every 2 days. If you don't want to do 2 days, then do every 3 days. But notice I have issues on this glabella here and the corrugator area, so I really want to pull a lot of chi into this area. I'm not into Botox or things like that, but if you are, I think it's great. I pretty much like to stay pretty natural. And again, just like you're brushing maybe a little dolly's hair, just be gentle. And then you can come back to your eyes, because sometimes we have puffiness and we're not into this puffiness. So just open it up and you can flow it down, open it up, flow it down, open it up, flow it down. Same here, open it up, flow it down. So this is just your basic Gua Sha Facial for home use. If you have questions, just let me know. And once you're finished here, you'll want to wash off all your oil, and then lightly pat your face dry, put on a good hydrating moisturizer, and then you can put your foundation and everything on, and then you'll be ready for work. Thank you. And again, this is Kareen with Kareen & Company.